Hello everyone, welcome to our on-campus feature for this week. We're talking with Erik Carretero, our Director of Enrollment Management here at Chaminade. Thanks for joining me, Erik.
Hey, thanks Rob for having me. Excited to chat about everything in the enrollment world.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Well, I think in general, everybody knows kind of what the admissions office does, but could you give us a little more detail in terms of how you kind of help families along through their process of a school decision?
Absolutely. So it starts very early on, with just working with Tracy in marketing, just getting that awareness out there and all the advertising and general interest about Chaminade. And I think most people in St. Louis know Chaminade. We also have a boarding school, so that adds another complexity to it. So getting people around the globe to hear about Chaminade and all the awesome stuff that we have to offer, all the way to coming to visit, all the events that we do, the shadow visit program, which hopefully spurs more interest and wanting to come to Chaminade, assisting with financial aid process, scholarships, and then eventually enrollment, and then hopefully retention, and then seeing the guys from when they come shadow visit to graduate is basically our role.
Long-term process.
Yes, it's there's a lot of little things that go into that.
Sure.
So,
well, and there's a lot of great private and certainly Catholic schools here in the St. Louis area, but what kind of, in your mind, differentiates Chaminade? What makes us unique amongst those?
Yeah, sure. I mean, for an all-boys school, I think this really has everything, and it's not a super huge school, right? Our high school has 550 guys, and I think the relationships that they're able to build with each other, the coaches, the faculty, all the staff, that's huge. And just the opportunities that they're available, from traveling to the classes they get to have, and just the high-level teachers that they're having in not super big classes. I go to aerospace engineering, there's like 8 guys in there.
Sure.
That's a tough subject, right? And those guys are really to deep dive into there. So I think that's really neat component to the school. The boarding school for St. Louis.
You mentioned that previously.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the residential program here, both for international and domestic students?
It's a pretty unique aspect to a school in St. Louis, right? Most people think boarding out East Coast, but we have a boarding school. We started as a boarding school back in 1910, and we've held on to it. It has evolved into a lot of international guys throughout the years, and this year I think we have 55-ish guys because of COVID, but I think next year we'll be back in that 70, 80s range with guys. This year we have 15 different countries represented and 10 different states. So literally a guy could be sitting in your classroom, Germany, Spain, South Korea, China, Japan. I think that's just a really cool thing. You're learning their culture with not even having to leave campus. So
yeah, certainly
awesome.
As a teacher, for me, it brings a great perspective
Absolutely.
to the class, and a different perspective in many ways. So your biggest event probably of the year, Open House, is coming up November 7th. Can you tell us a little bit about what will be happening here that day and what a prospective family will experience?
Yeah, the prospective family I think is going to come away with, impressed by Chaminade. Our guys are going to be doing the tours throughout the day, so getting that student perspective, because they live it every day, and really hearing from them is what they want to hear. And the young guys who are looking at Chaminade, going through a 55-acre campus, getting to meet faculty, staff, coaches, and learning more about things that they're specifically interested in, because everybody that works at Chaminade is going to be here, and we think. I think we show well.
Sure.
So.
Well, you mentioned previously visiting. So what other events do you have? Obviously, students can come for a visit day. I know we have some programs for incoming middle schoolers. What other kind of ways could a prospective family get involved and learn more about Chaminade?
Yeah, obviously shadow visiting is going to be number one. Those spots are filling up pretty quickly.
Good.
And then we actually have an event next Tuesday. It's at the Keller family's home in Warson Woods. So we're doing a little topic of teaching boys, and Dr. Guidry and Mr. Tolman will be there presenting on that topic. So that's for parents only because it's in the evening. But just really interesting stuff, and they'll come away with having learned something about our strategies and why we teach boys the way that we do, and how we motivate them. So that's a great one. Once we get to the winter, once the basketball season gets going, we'll have some spirit nights. We'll do a little info session about Chaminade, and then have families over at the basketball game. So those are always entertaining. And then we'll have in the spring the middle school highlight night, which is early March typically. So kind of a scavenger hunt for the guys, and we got some presentations lined up for the parents.
Lots of opportunities to learn about Chaminade.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it. Well, as we wrap up here, one last thing for you. You mentioned earlier a little bit about what makes Chaminade unique. So in your mind, if you had to define Chaminade or describe Chaminade in one word or one phrase, kind of what would that be?
Yeah, definitely family and the work that we do with the guys to get them to estovere, right? To get them to be articulate and polished by the time that they're leaving and walking across that stage at graduation when we see our alums come back and how well prepared they are and just how highly they speak of Chaminade. I think that's a testament to what we do up there every day.
Right, certainly, and in the classroom I see that too. Estovere, be a man, is certainly more than just a motto here at Chaminade. So real quick, can you just give us again the details on open house? How does the family need to sign up in advance? What are the times, etc.?
Exactly, yes. Sunday, November 7th. We're going to go starting at 11 o'clock and 4 p.m. is the last tour. Pre-registration is required so we can get you paired up with our student guides and be prepped for you. And tour usually lasts about an hour and a half, maybe more if you have a lot of questions and want to talk to a bunch of folks. But come, maybe a nice goodie bag for their visiting students, and definitely learn a lot about Chaminade and come away impressed. I think
folks can do registration through the website?
Through the website, yep. It's on there under the admissions tab on our homepage right now. So check that out.
Chaminade-stl.org. So thanks again, Eric, for joining us.
Thanks,
and thank you folks for joining us. Hope you learned some more about the Chaminade admissions program. And stay tuned for more on-campus features in the coming weeks.